Good morning. In last lecture we have seen about the input characteristics. Study of input characteristics of a transistor is the relation between IB and VB. Now we discuss same in detail. Here this lecture is for again BSc second year students, physics students. To describe the behavior of a transistor with CE configuration, again we need two input characteristics. We have to study two sets of characteristics, input characteristics and output characteristics. Now let's discuss input characteristics in details. Input characteristics is nothing but the relation between IB and VBE. IB in the sense base current, or we say input current also. VBE is nothing but what? Emitter base emitter voltage, or we say input voltage also. First of all, we have to draw the x-axis and y-axis, and VB is to taken along the x-axis and IB is taken along y-axis, as IB is a what? Dependent quantity and VBE is what? Independent quantity. In last lecture we have seen this. To determine the input characteristics, the output voltage VCE is kept constant at 0 volts and the input voltage VBE is varied or is increased from 0 volt to different voltage levels. I mean VBE is to be varied by keeping VCE constant. I will show you figure. This VCE one has to put constant and one has to vary VBE, and what is the change in IB, that is to be recorded. By varying VBE, what is the variation in IB, that we have to note. So first of all, by keeping the VCE constant at 0 onwards, we vary VBE and note IB. For each voltage level of input of voltage VBE, the corresponding value of IB, I mean input current, is to be recorded. Such a various readings if we note, and if we try to obtain a curve, I mean graph between VBE and what? Input current, base current, at a particular constant collector voltage, I mean output voltage. You see carefully, a current is taken in microampere, VB is taken in volt, base emitter voltage. We say it is input characteristics of CE configuration. Here you see, initially VCE is what taken? 0. Then potential difference is varied, current is noted. Again, one has to take another value, constant value of VCE collector voltage, that is output voltage, 10 volt, 20 volt, depending upon your device. So by varying such a output voltage at 0 volt, 10 volt, 20 volt, 15 volt and so on, one has to vary VBE and one has to note corresponding values of IB. And accordingly, if we draw graph, then we obtain graphical representation like this. What is the exact nature of the graph? What we study from this graph? Now we shall discuss. Now this point is clear. What? For each input level of voltage VBE, corresponding IB is to be noted or recorded by varying these knobs. Once more you observe carefully. Along x-axis VBE is taken, along y-axis what? Base current, I mean input current, is taken in common emitter configuration. And for particular constant values of collector voltage, we have recorded VBE and corresponding base currents, and we have we plot such a graph. Here, what is the difference between these three curves, that we have to note, and that is nothing but the study of input characteristics of a transistor. Here, carefully if we observe, then you will come to know the difference between these three curves. what happens at when the collector voltage is increased? What is the change that we have to carefully study. A curve is then drawn between input current and the input voltage VP at constant VCE. The next output voltage VCE is increased from 0 volt to certain voltage level, 10 volt, 15 volt, 20 volt and so on. While increasing the output voltage VCE, the input voltage VBE is kept constant at 0 volt. After we kept the input voltage VCE at 10 volt, the input voltage VB is increased from 0 onwards to different voltage levels. For each voltage level of input voltage VBE, the corresponding input current IB is recorded. A curve is then drawn between input current and the voltage VBE at constant collector voltage or output voltage. The process is repeated for higher fixed values of output voltage VCE. When the output voltage VCE is constant or VCE is at rest or at 0, the emitter base junction is power biased by input voltage VBE. The emitter base junction acts like a normal PN junction diode. This point to remember. I mean, emitter base junction acts as like a PN junction diode, normal PN junction diode, whenever collector voltage is 0. So the input characteristics of CE configuration is same as the characteristics of a normal PN junction diode. I mean, characteristics of PN junction diode and the input characteristics of CE configuration is one and the same. The cut in voltage of silicon transistor 0.7 and germanium transistor 0.3 volts. In our case, it is a silicon transistor. So, from the above graph, we can see that 0.7 volts is a small increase in input voltage VBE will rapidly increase in the input current. You see here 0.7. Here small voltage in VBE rapidly increases the input current. Cut voltage is up to what? 0.7. From this 0.7, there is a minor or very small change in VBE causes a rapid change in base current, I mean input current. This we have to study. This one has to remember. There is no change. There is no rapid change up to what? 0.7 volt. This is said to be cut-off volt. Cut-off volt of a transistor. But it is a what? Silicon transistor. That's why 0.7 volt is the cutoff voltage, and once it crosses the cutoff voltage, by varying small amount of VBE, there is a rapid improvement or rapid change in the base current. This point carefully one has to note from this graph. Got it? In common emitter configuration, the input current IB is very small as compared to the input current. And you know, in last class, we have seen that this base current depends upon what factor? It is nothing but it depends upon the doping also. We have seen in common emitter configuration, IB is very small as compared to IE. Base current, I mean input current is very small. The input current in configuration, CE configuration is measured in micrometers, microamperes. IGT very small in quantity, whereas the input current in common base configuration is measured in what? Milliampere. The input current IB is produced in the base region, which is lightly doped and has small width. So the base region produces only small input current IB. I already told you that base current is very small, very less, It is because of what? Doping. Base is lightly doped. On the other hand, in common base configuration, the input current IE is produced in the emitter region, which is heavily doped, has a large width, so that the emitter region produces large input current IE. Therefore, the input current IB is produced in the common emitter configuration is very small compared to common base configuration. Due to forward bias, the emitter base junction acts as a forward bias diode, and due to reverse bias, the collector base junction acts as a reverse biased diode. Therefore, the width of the depletion region at the emitter base junction is very small, whereas the width of the depletion region at the collector base junction is very, very large. If the voltage VCE is applied up to the collector base junction is further increased, the depletion region width further increases. The base region is lightly doped as compared to the collector region. So the depletion region penetrates more into the base region and less into the collector region. As a result, the width of the base region decreases, which in turn reduces the input current IB produced in the base region. So remember, base current is very small, very small we say, as compared to what? Emitter current. From the above characteristics, one can see or one can learn that for higher fixed values of output voltage VCE, the curve shifts to the right side. I will show you figure also. This curve is going to shift towards right side for higher values of VCE. Is it correct? Curve shifts to the right side. This is because for higher fixed values of output voltage, the cut in voltage is increased above 0.7 volt. Therefore, to overcome this cut in voltage, more input voltage VB is needed than the previous case. That's why in this curve, the curves are shifting towards right side for the higher fixed values of collector emitter voltage. Now what about the output characteristics? The output characteristics of a transistor. Before discussing the output characteristics, once more we revise on this graph of input characteristics. Here up to 0.7 volt of VBE, there is no rapid change in base current, input current. As input current is very small, so it is measured in microampere, and emitter current is measured in what? Milliampere. Here after 0.7 volt, there will be the minor increase in VBE and sudden or rapid change in the base current. And one more point, what we have seen, for the constant higher values of VCE, these curves are going to turn towards right. They are bending towards right. So here we have seen in details about the input characteristics of a transistor. Remaining matter about output characteristics we shall see in next. Yes, in case of output characteristics, what happens we shall see in next lecture. In output characteristics, in short, I will tell you now that VCE is taken along x-axis. Collector emitter voltage, I mean output voltage, is taken along x-axis, and what is taken along y-axis? That is IC, collector current. It is in what? Milliampere. So in case of input characteristics, along y-axis we have taken IB, and along x-axis we have taken VBE. And in output cases and output characteristics, VCE along x-axis and IC along y-axis. So in detail we discuss in next lecture about the output characteristics of a transistor. Thank you.